Before working with Sleep Science Academy, my sleep was not great. It was inconsistent, and biologically, I knew that I needed to sleep, and I knew that my body needed rest. But psychologically, I was getting in the way of that, and I couldn't break out of that really bad cycle of having the thought that I couldn't sleep, increasing my heart rate, increasing stress, and then therefore not getting to sleep. And so the sleep was not good at all. And it was really affecting both physically and psychologically my life and my well being. Before working with Sleep Science Academy, I had tried just about every over the counter, sort of homeopathic or vitamin, including melatonin and ZQuil and other natural remedies. And the answer and the solution was it would work for a little while, but my body never really processed it, and I was never really able to get the quality of sleep on a consistent basis. Um, and I just kept going back to that notion that naturally I should be able to sleep. What there's something more going on. The sleep remedies that I tried previous to Sleep Science Academy that did not work for me were not the true answer to the underlying issue or problem that I was facing. And so no matter how much I took, and the other thing is you take these sleep remedies, and then after a period of time, your body gets used to it. And then you start changing, or you start increasing dosages of melatonin from 3 milligrams to 5 milligrams. And there just came a moment in time that alcoholics refer to as a moment of clarity, where I said to myself, I've got to finally figure out the underlying cause of this. And for me, it was at 10:30 on a Friday night that I started doing research online, and I came across Sleep Science Academy, and I called, and a really great guy from New York City picked up the phone, and he and I had a wonderful conversation. And I thought to myself, either this is a really well organized and authentic scam, or it's the real thing. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take a leap of faith and I'm going to try it, counter to my inner judgment. And I am really, really glad I did that. My sleep now, after working with Sleep Science Academy, has drastically improved. I would say up into the 85th to 90th percentile. I still have nights where, guess what? I just can't sleep, right? But now I process it in a totally different way. It doesn't mean anything. And I challenge myself not to make it mean anything. Um, the experience is really just totally different for me. It's not negative, it's positive. And I also learned that from Sleep Science Academy going through this, and one of its other things was that I have a very innately a problem solver approach to things. And if I can't figure it out now why I'm not falling asleep, it deeply troubles me. And that's where I go into sort of that paradox, right? And so a lot of it has just been acceptance, the mindfulness, mastering the techniques, mastering breathing, mastering being present with myself, and just not making it anything, not making anything out of it. And so it has, I would say within the first 2 to 3 weeks of really practicing these techniques, my sleep started to improve and I started to drift off to sleep. And then over a period of time, I started to titrate off of the melatonin and titrate off of the natural sleep aids. And you realize that they really were just kind of, safety or security blankets that weren't doing a whole lot. And so, while for sure it's been a process and it's been a journey, I really do think Sleep Science Academy has transformed my physical and psychological well-being in a dramatic way. I would say the program is designed for anybody who has problems sleeping. And the obvious answer is insomniacs. But, the funny thing is if you would have asked me before if I was an insomniac, I would have told you no. But the program is designed for people having trouble sleeping, but the program is also designed for life. And what I mean by that is a lot of the teachings of the program, right, is how not only to negotiate getting a night's sleep, but also how to negotiate human beings and your relationships with other people. and accepting what is and letting go and having faith and understanding that the more of a thing you make it, the more of a thing it will be. And so just a lot of really great techniques and a lot of really great teachings that can help not just sleep, but also negotiating life. By improving, let's start over. So improving sleep has improved my life because the first and foremost is obvious, right? In the morning, I wake up a little more well rested. I wake up feeling better. That is actually secondary now that I think about it. First and foremost, I would say it's not the physical feeling in the morning, it's the physical and mental feeling the night before. Because I don't have that anxiety and stress associated at like 7 p.m. I'm like, oh, okay, the sun's going down. Okay, I guess I gotta go to bed now. I gotta deal with this. Okay, well, we know how this is gonna go. I'm gonna lay in this bed, I'm gonna stare at the ceiling, I'm gonna start questioning why I can't fall asleep. My heart rate's gonna go up, I'm gonna start getting stressed out, I'm gonna start getting mad, I'm gonna get out of the bed, I'm gonna pace. And it was just this awful relationship with going to sleep and the bed and the bedroom and that whole process. And you know, it's really going to sleep at night and laying down and it's really one of the joys that you have out of the day, right? It's a relaxation and it should be viewed as exactly that, not anxiety ridden stress. So I think that the next morning feeling of physically a little more well rested, but it's really is good. But the great part is the night before. My experience working with Sleep Science Academy has been great, very well organized from the beginning. Really wonderful roadmap. The online platform was fantastic. They gave you a structure, but you did it at your own pace and your own time. And it was great because you could go back and rewatch videos that maybe had a little more meaning or sort of resonated with you personally, right? Depending on how it landed on you in the video. I have to say, Devin was fantastic. I did some of the Wednesday community classes. He's the real deal. He's authentic. You can tell he's got a passion for this stuff. He really cares about human beings, and he's really onto something with this. And I mean, personally, having gone through it, I can tell you that it does work. I'll also say that working with Stacy and the coaching sessions were really great. You did a wonderful job. Stacy did a wonderful job listening to specifically what was happening and going through with me in my head and where I was at and meeting me on that level and walking through that, coming up with solutions, and then addressing them and seeing how they fit the next session. And the next session, if there wasn't improvement, there wasn't judgment, there wasn't, well, you fell short. It was, okay, let's talk about this and let's see exactly how we can work through it and see maybe where we came up a little short. So I think overall that the program was set up wonderfully for success, no matter who you are and what level you're at. I would tell somebody that is just starting out on the journey of trying to solve their sleep, think of this journey as a roller coaster. You can't get off it going up, you can't get off it going down, you can't get off it in the loop, you can't get off it when it makes a hard right, you can't get off it when it makes a hard left. Stay on the ride. Trust the process. I know Devin says this many times throughout the videos, and he's right. You have to trust the process. You have to trust the process and you have to trust yourself. You have to trust the very simple notion, in fact, that human beings were biologically born to sleep. And you're no longer going to change 10 million years of biology in your own head. Then you're going to change the fact that you need lungs to breathe and a heart to pump your blood. It's just the way it is. Trust the process, trust your body, and you will work through this.